All right, so the problem that is posed is to take this series and to write it in sigma notation. So first off, let's just recall in sigma notation, the quantity down here is where you're going to start. That's whatever term you're going to start with. The quantity up here is where you're going to end. And the quantity here is a formula for generating terms. So I like to start by finding the formula because that formula will help me figure out where this series ends. So we're given this particular series. Investigating, it doesn't look like it's arithmetic or geometric. So I'm going to kind of have to play around with it to figure out what type of series it is, or sequence, if I were to just look at the numbers. So I notice that here I can add 3. I'll turn this down. And here I can add 5. And this I'm adding 7. And here I'm adding 9. And there's a pattern that if when you find differences twice, you get a constant value, then that means your terms are quadratic in relation. So notice here that when I do a second set, here I would add 2, and I would add 2, and I would add 2. So if you've worked extensively with sequences, that tells you that this is quadratic. So I'm going to now compare the numbers, the term position. So this is the first term, this is the second, and this is the third, and this is the fourth. So these are my values of n. I'm going to compare my actual term values with n squared. N squared would be 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16. And if I compare my values of n squared with the given values, -2, 1, 6, and 13, I notice that they're all off by 3. So my formula for generating terms in this series is going to be n squared minus 3. Now, you don't have to do it that way. You might have just looked at it and saw that. That's perfectly fine. Now, I want to use that formula to figure out what position 286 is in. So for now, 286 is the nth term. And it's going to equal n squared minus 3. So this gives me 289 is equal to n squared, which tells me that that number is in the 17th spot. So now I'm ready to write it in sigma notation. I'm going to start with n equaling 1. There are 17 terms in this series, and my formula for generating terms is n cubed minus 3. You're done.